What's going on, Tamers? East here. For the folks who follow the channel, then you know that last weekend I was a bit under the weather and I wasn't able to get out a Japanese meta report video, but I was able to do a couple of recorded lab videos, and so I've labbed two decks here. The first going to be Black-Red WarGreymon and the other going to be Red Hybrid. Both of these are using cards up until BT12, so the folks in the West who are just getting your hands on some of these cards, you guys can expect to see these decks quite often. A bit of a slow start on the WarGreymon player side, nothing to play for level 3s or anything, just has to drop the Tamer there, although the consistent 3 memory every single turn after this is going to be really good. That and the security attack +1 is always just a boon because this deck does build up large Digimon stacks. Meanwhile, on the Red Hybrid side, the only saving grace for Black WarGreymon is the fact that Red Hybrid also had an equally bad hand, so they're going to drop the hard Agunimon and then just pass turn. Again, go to 3 every single turn for the Tide Tamer, and finally find level 3, we're going to play the Agumon. This guy from BT12 is so good. Search for, then grab 2 cards, 1 Tide Tamer, and then 1 Greymon or higher. The card that you can't see that's supernovaed off of the glare there is actually an Agumon, so don't worry about that. Can't even grab it anyway. I am going to grab the Greymon though, the new BT12 Greymon, who is such a fantastic card. Lets you play a Tide Tamer for free whenever you Digivolve into. And keep in mind that I did play that Agumon there, so I'm at 0 memory here. And then I can Digivolve here, and honestly, a better player would Digivolve, I believe, but I'm going to play out the Cool Boy here just to get a bit more search through the deck. And for my troubles, I do manage to pick up the Greymon X antibody. So got the next 2 levels for this Agumon set up. That's going to help increase that stack for that Tide Tamer as well to get me the security attack +1 as fast as I can. And then the Cool Boy is just going to be consistent value every turn for more card draw and more memory. I mentioned that a better player would actually Digivolve the Agumon into the Greymon straight away, and that's because Red Hybrid has access to Burning Greymon, who can destroy a 4000 or lower DP Digimon on your opponent's side of the board, and right now that Agumon is a sitting duck. Unfortunately, it looks like he doesn't have it, and he's going to just go straight into the Aldemon, which is a pretty sad play. There's no level 3s, no Tamers played. He just goes straight into the Aldemon, probably to get the inheritance effect of the Agunimon, and then just to get an AK on board. Conversely though, the Agumon player does have all the tools he needs. He's going to go straight into the Greymon. Now because we have a Tide Tamer down, the Greymon's effect of playing a Tide Tamer from hand doesn't activate here, but we are going to go straight into the Greymon X antibody, and he's going to be able to proc that Cool Boy, get some extra card draw, and then a little bit of extra memory off of this. This is where the restriction of the new Greymon X antibody really hurts, whereas I could have gone into my level 5 for really cheap here and actually kept my turn. If I want to go into my level 5 now, I'm going to actually lose turn here because it's going to be minimum 3 memory, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So I'm going to go into Metal Greymon, going to put my opponent at 1 luckily, which is not bad. I just have to be a little wary of what they have in their hand. It looks like so far it's been pretty bad. Resource-wise here though, the WarGreymon player has so much more on board, and luckily it seems like Red Hybrid is going to get started on their side, being able to get into the Flamon. Now this Flamon is the one I always love to Digivolve in Raising, because once you get him out, if you get him into an Agunimon, the new Agunimon from BT12 of course, and then you can run this guy in for 5,000 to your opponent's security. If that Agunimon is destroyed, you're going to get a Flamon from hand played for free and a Takia Tamer from your hand played for free. In order not to fall behind, we've got to make some pretty big plays. So the first thing we're going to do is swing with the Aldemon here, and likely, yeah, it's going to be something very weak. Aldemon pretty thick at 8,000 for level 5, and most of the stuff in the WarGreymon deck is actually going to get clobbered by that, so not a problem there. Question is, how do we end out this turn? We've only got 1 memory to work with, and we don't want to give my opponent too much because he's already going to get 3 at the end of the turn. So I'm going to go into the Burning Greymon in Raising. That's kind of painful, but there was no 4,000 or lower target on the WarGreymon player side of the board, so I guess it's okay in this case. Now at this point, the WarGreymon player is incredibly scary. We're at the level 5, so we've got almost the Tide Tamer's effect active. Ooh, got another Agumon there, so we have something in the backup for if this guy gets taken out. But I digress. The upper end of this deck is what makes it so scary. With tons of ways to do damage, it also gets piercing from things like the Metal Greymon's inheritance effects and all the security attack pluses. Once we get to level 6s, things get really out of hand. There you see the Metal Greymon X antibody, who's going to get our Tide Tamer online, giving us security attack +1. Additionally, he's going to give us security attack +1 with his own effect, and then we get to activate Cool Boy to get a little bit of memory back, putting us at 4, and he's going to give us some card draw as well. Right now, this Metal Greymon is what, +3,000, +1,000 from the Agumon inheritance, and then +1,000 from the the Greymon inheritance. So +5k total. And then we're going to go, yeah, this is the problem, into the Black WarGreymon. Because we put ourselves at 4, we're going to get to keep our turn here. He has the deletion effect, but there's nothing to destroy because the Aldemon's too big. But we are going to run into and attack that suspended Aldemon here. And man, with all the security attack pluses and the fact that we do have piercing from the Metal Greymon's inheritance, the BT12 Metal Greymon, we're going to check a ton of security afterward. Now, before we check that security though, we have to remember that the Aldemon did have an Agunimon from BT12 in his inheritance, which means he's going to get to play a Takia Kambara Tamer for free. Gonna play the 3-cost one. This guy is so good for getting a Kaiser Greymon out, or Emperor Greymon in English very soon. Like I mentioned before, you see the piercing there, plus the fact that we get to unsuspend with the Black WarGreymon here. We're gonna check 3 security total. Holy crap. Yeah, all those, of course, nothing compared to our 17k Black WarGreymon here. And because he's unsuspended, he can attack again here. And that's gonna put our opponent at 0. Yeah, they get the Tamer, but now at 0 security. If only there was some card I could use to end the game. If only I could somehow unsuspend my Digimon, even if the memory goes over to my opponent's side of the board, and then make one more attack. If only there was... Oh yeah! Omnimon does exist, that's right. Of course, that beautiful Omnimon here to close out the game here with the nice Blitz effect and the fact that he unsuspends himself on Digivolve is just the thing we need to end the game. So yeah, this one was fairly short. I recorded a couple of other games. I think they'll upload those later this week. I look forward to those. I think those are a bit better because they're a bit more drawn out. We get a bit more back and forth from both of the decks. But yeah, these videos, just a heads up, are incredibly time intensive to make. Between the editing, between the recording, and between doing the voice recordings that I'm doing right now, these take the most time to create. So if you actually do enjoy these videos, you want to see more of these videos on my channel, absolutely like and share these videos with people that you know. Just because right now these are the worst performing kinds of videos on my channel, so I don't do them very often, even though I do love doing them. Also, man, if I could find an editor to help me do these kinds of videos, I would be so appreciative. But until then, I'll be doing these myself. Anyway, folks, if you have any questions about the deck, go and pop them down in the comments below. I'm gonna get out of here. Before you get out of here, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.